Be on the beat, slow feet don't eat. You went and made it, was your story. Be on the beat, come talk with Teek. We all can make it, share your story. Be on the beat, beyond, way beyond the beat, beyond, beyond. Tap in with Teek, tap in with Teek, and get your Teek beyond the beat, beyond the beat. I done took a different road, yeah, I made it, I'm on my way.
Yo, welcome to the weekly close with CIC, where realtors keep it real and drop the knowledge you need about today's market. I'm your host, Teek the Agent, and every week we're breaking it down, the wins, the lessons, and the moves you can make to buy, sell, and invest with confidence. Let's get it.
My name is Sophie. I'm an agent with Call It Closed.
Hello. It's Dr. Akai, the realtor.
Woo woo. And we have our guest here, our broker, JaLynn. Welcome.
Hey, y'all. Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be here. This is so fun.
Yay! We're happy to have you.
Happy to be here. Thanks.
Okay, JaLynn, so we have you here today because we're talking about building relationships, and you have an extraordinary story of how you became the broker of Call It Closed.
Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, kind of a crazy story. I was not looking for this opportunity. Like, to be quite frank, I was getting frustrated with real estate. I was getting kind of tired of the market and waiting for it to turn around, and it didn't seem like it was ever going to, and having to shift. And Leslie Henderson, the Nevada broker, gave me a call, and she just called to check on me because she was my rep with Home Partners of America, right? She's like, JaLynn, how you doing? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. And we got to talking, and, speaking of relationships, she's that person that'll reach out to you because she's loving on me, right? And so she's like, hey, I think you'd be perfect for this opportunity. And I was like, wait a minute. I had not even considered being a broker at that point in time. I was like, wait a minute. That sounds like a lot of responsibility. I don't know if I want that. And so the more I thought about it, I talked to the owners, Chad and Aprile, and, went through the process. And I told Chad and Aprile, I said, look, let me pray on it because I don't want to make a commitment and then 5 minutes later be like, you know what? I changed my mind. I'm out. That's not fair to you or anybody, right? So I prayed on it. And literally about 6 weeks later, I ended up getting my broker's license. And thank you. I totally busted a move. And we opened the brokerage in March of this year. So we've been around for about 6 months. So here we are.
We're proud to be Call It Closed agents.
Amen.
Yes, we are. I'm definitely proud. I kind of feel like right now I'm in that, frustration phase as well. Getting your license like right after the boom of COVID, and then, trying to find a place where you fit, and then finally finding a place where you fit. I think I'm coming out of the frustration, but I definitely had it for a little while because this market is crazy. So what kind of advice would you give to an agent that is in that stage, kind of like where you were before becoming a broker?
Yeah, that's a great question. I would just encourage agents to hang in there, be persistent, be patient. There's plenty of business out there. If you look at the ARMLS stats, like people are moving and shaking. If what you're doing isn't working, like pivot, maybe switch over to working with divorcees or, families that have just experienced a loss, working with probates, building those relationships with attorneys and CPAs, and, thinking outside of the box. There are so many opportunities out there. And I know you guys have a great little tribe going on, and you're great at networking and going to different events. And that's what I would encourage. Just don't give up. Just believe in yourself.
Great advice. And I do, but on the weekly with Teek, we keep it real here. So I have to be like 100% honest and transparent. I definitely believe in myself, and this has been a journey And building a business in a state where you don't know anyone is very difficult. So along with the networking opportunities and going to the different events, how would you how would you advise a newer agent to make those connections to build a book of business?
Yeah, absolutely. So I started out at Keller Williams, which they're known for their training, and I was there for a year before I left. But, they teach the basics, start with your sphere of influence, start with your family and your friends, reach out to people at your church, people that and then just reach out and ask for referrals. Go out, hand out your business cards or your digital cards to moms at Target or at the park. It doesn't take long, even at Starbucks. Like I remember handing out my business card. I'm like, hey, who wants to buy or sell a house? There are opportunities out there and people to talk to wherever you look if you just look for them.
And I'm a firm believer of that because we met our last lender that I just closed on my father-in-law's house. I met her at a coffee shop and she was in line like behind me and we just started talking. And then next thing you know, we're in Detroit. And then next thing you know, I'm closing on my father-in-law's house. So it happened really quick. It happened within 30 days. And it was just like, oh my gosh, if I hadn't been there at that time or if I wasn't me, right? Everyone, we all got that same personality, which is why we click. We all want to do well. But we're not afraid to say what we're doing. That's one thing that I kind of adhere to is I don't want to be an invisible agent. And we talked about that before, like, man, why do you tell everybody and why do you, because I want people to know what I do. So this is one thing that you want to be very transparent. Like, I know y'all don't care, but I'm an agent, and then you will see the fruits of your labor. It could be months from now. And they'd be like, didn't you, even when I go to restaurants, I put my business card in there when I'm getting my debit card. Yeah. I always put my business card in there. Even if they throw it away, they're going to remember something. And for me, because I use those Pixar images, they're going to remember that image from something. Like, even if they don't remember me, they're like, I've seen that somewhere before. So I try to stick with what people, what can stick in their head, like a McDonald's logo, like if you stick with the same brand, and I think branding is very, very important. So that's why I stick to what works. And even when I was getting my open house signs and I paid for them and then I went to go pick them up and the guy handed it to him. He was like, oh my God, that looked just like you. And I was like, I said, I know it's funny, right?
It really
he was like, oh my God, it does. It's scary a little bit, but it's funny, but it's funny enough to, if that guy was to ever see it again, he'll know he met me. Like, I made those, right? So we want to kind of, stick to branding and, like I said, not being an invisible agent.
Absolutely. And another tip, I learned this from an agent, and when you go to Starbucks, change your name on your app to Realtor. So when they call out your name for Realtor, so everybody knows when they call it, you're a Realtor.
Do
Oh my God, that's a great
I
idea.
am doing that.
Yeah, it's super fun.
Changing now.
Yes. Where my app
Mine says
at?
Realtor J.
Oh.
That's cute.
You're welcome.
Yes. It's going to be 5 of us in there. Realtor,
Oh my
realtor,
gosh.
realtor.
Sharing is caring, right?
That's amazing. I
Exactly.
didn't even think about that. So,
Well,
yeah.
I was just on the phone at the gas station one time, and I was going to do a rental open house, and I was talking to my friend. She had lived down the street, and I was just like, hey, like, come by. I'm going to be doing this open house. Like, this is where I am. And she was like, no, we can't right now. But the guy that was pumping gas right next to me was like, oh, are you a realtor? And I was like, yeah, I am. And he comes over, he gives me his business card. He does like backyard remodeling, like pool decking, all of that kind of stuff, and gates. And so I actually am working with him on my mom's house to redo like the gate where she has all of her like trash cans and stuff like that, to pave it out and put a brand new gate in there. So
That's amazing.
yeah.
Connections, building.
Building
like
that. He
Akai
always
said.
reaches out to me. He's like, do you have anything? Do you have anybody looking? Like, and he'll give me referrals too.
Right.
So.
And the best time to use those is when you get a lease signed and when we get, or if we get a closing. Those clients are always like, my TV guy has been mad busy,
Yeah.
mad busy.
That's great.
Yes. it takes 30 second, not even 3-4 second video, and everybody's like, who did that, who did that? Now he's at my father-in-law's house, he's posting TVs, he's mounting TVs for different people. But we don't think it goes anywhere because we don't see the numbers, but people are looking and reaching out
For sure.
for him and our painters as well. So I'm always posting.
Yeah, that's one thing I love about you, Teek. You're very much into collaboration and sharing and helping one another, and it really shows. So I'm sure a lot of people are really grateful for that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's free to refer. So
Oh, absolutely.
I feel I want to get it back, but if not, that's fine. But I'm always like, no, use this person because if I dealt firsthand with them and I see their work and I'm living with it, I want to share. I don't want people to have to go through, oh, this person did this, and no, I want to.
Yeah, that's what a giver means, though. You don't ever expect anything back. You're
Never.
like, you're giving and sharing. And like, if it comes back, great.
But if not, that's fine
yeah.
too, because that's my character. I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep putting in, and if I find out some information, I'm gonna share it, and I'm gonna be like, "Oh, this made my life so much easier," right? And I'm always in a teaching position, even if I don't want to be, right? I'm always like, "Oh, we got 2 like minds. Can we get 3? Can we get 4? Can we get 5?"
That's
'Cause-
amazing.
Yeah, because it's like we want to prevent any hiccups if we can, and we learn a lot. We learn a lot from this group, so it's not like, oh, we have a team. I'm like, yeah, but it's a natural team. It's not an obligated team. It's like we want to get together because we want to, and we want to hear the war story so it can prevent a war across the street. So
Yeah, it's all about attracting your tribe, right?
right, you want to
Yeah.
be around like-minded people.
I just love you ladies so much.
We love you too. We kind of found a great little group here, and we're always welcoming new people and willing to talk to those who are new, who may have questions. Maybe they've been around the block a few times, but just looking for that change and something fresh. And everyone's got a different approach. Everyone's kind of dealing with different things, different people. So when we get together and we get to talk about it all and share those stories, we hear all ends of the spectrum on buying, selling, renting, investing, whatever it may be. So it's really nice.
Yeah, I'm totally kind of off topic, but I'm going through a short sale right now with one of my clients. And I'm asking the lender, I'm like, are you seeing a lot more short sales and foreclosures lately? He's like, yeah, it's like dramatically increased lately. And I'm like, that's just crazy to me. I mean, it makes sense because the market appreciation for 2021 was just insane. I think it was like 36% year over year. So not surprising that a lot of sellers are upside down right now and they owe way more than their house is worth, right? So anyway, just like popped in my head, so I wanted to say it.
No, that's a good point. Going back to that, year of 2022. So right now, what we're hearing is a lot of people who decided to buy in 2022 are going through either, or not everyone, but a lot of people, foreclosure, short sales, because what they purchased the home at is just not what it's worth today. And so, here we are marketing to people, hey, do you need to sell your house, or can I list your home for you? Are you trying to buy something else? Are you trying to downsize? Like what kind of advice can you give us as it relates to connecting with those people? Because this is a bad time for a lot of people.
Yeah, that's a great question. So fortunately and unfortunately for the sellers, like this is all matter of public record. You can like easily go on to the MLS and you can find those pre-foreclosures, right? And those homes that are listed as short sales. You can go to the county records. You can reach out to, I have a relationship now with an asset manager with Mr. Cooper. And I've done a short sale before, so I kind of, understand the process and have gone through it. But it's just a matter of also reach out to your title reps. They can pull a report for you of those pre-foreclosure type homes. And what I used to do when I lived in Southern California, I would handwrite a note. And I'm always coming from a position of compassion, like, oh my God, you must be going through a lot of stress right now and a lot of worry. Like, how can I help you? I'm here to help you. I'm not trying to get anything from you per se. Just know that I'm here to help. If you have any questions, any support I can offer you, please give me a call. Here's my number. And just, taking at it from that angle. I have done very, very well using that approach, using handwritten letters, regardless if it's a short sale or foreclosure or whatever. Just getting, for example, one street I got in Corona, California, is called Mandeville Way. I'll never forget it. It's now renamed as the Shalabi Street because I got 3 listings right in a row, and they were all purchased by the Shalabi family.
Oh,
wow.
that is
Oh.
awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was all from a handwritten letter. And one of the homeowners reached out to me and she's like, you have a really friendly face. So that's why she called me.
I mean, people think that doesn't matter. It
Yeah. It
does.
really, really, really,
Yeah.
really matters.
Yeah, it does.
And it's not, it's not even like your hair and none, it's nothing. It's just you. People, you attract people.
Yeah.
So
Same back
that's,
at you.
yeah, that's just what it is. So I'm, growing up, I'm not who I thought a realtor would look like.
Thank
They
God.
can look
I
like
mean,
whatever.
seriously, I know that now, but as a kid, I thought a realtor looked like this in my head, right? So then you get now, and it's just like, oh, they're all, people can work with whoever they like
You've broken the mold.
a little bit.
And you
So-
can wear whatever you want to.
Yeah, you can.
To a certain extent.
Well, I'm coming from the healthcare industry. When my doctor has more tattoos than I do, it's really about that person and their skill set and how you vibe with them. So,
Absolutely.
What's on the outside does not matter, especially with dealing with the biggest purchase of your life.
Right.
For a lot of people.
right, which is why we're, like I said, if I feel like a person would gel better with Sophie or Akai or Alicia or Renee or, I rather hand off, and say, hey, we have a team of people. Here's their profile.
Yeah, and on that note, I would also say never be afraid to fire a client because if they're not gelling with you and they're causing you more stress than it's worth, like I've done that a couple of times in my career. I'm like, you know what, this just really isn't working out. There's too much tension between us, and I would much prefer that you work with somebody else.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
on the topic of agent-client relationships, how can you maybe go about a conversation like that if you have somebody that you've been working with and maybe it's just not working out and you need to sever those ties?
Yeah, I just say, just keep it very point blank. Be like, look, we're having a lot of conflict in our dialogue recently. And, I don't know about you, but I personally don't really need any extra stress in my life right now. My recommendation is that you go work with, I can recommend, Teek or Akai to you because they have a little bit different style than I do. Give them a try. Otherwise, I wish you the best, but I'd like to sever our ties.
And just, clean.
I like
Yeah.
that.
I said, I don't want you no more.
Yeah,
We're breaking up.
that's what I really want to say.
we're breaking up.
We're done.
We're not good together.
Your psychodrama.
You've been blocked.
right. Okay.
Do you have anything for us, JaLynn, that you maybe want to either shout out or something that we can work on as agents or...
I just love you guys so much. And Sophie, I just got to say, I'm so proud of you lately. You're just really, from what I see anyway on your social media, it appears as though you're crushing it. And I love that you're putting the content out there and, not being the secret agent. And, I haven't seen much of Akai, but of course she's been on getting married and her honeymoon and stuff. So
Yeah, little stuff.
no,
Oh, I'm coming back though.
yeah,
Watch.
just coming back.
Yes.
And Teek, of course, like I love you so much. And
Oh, I love you too.
I remember the first day I met you. I just thought
I know
you
you
were
was
so
gonna
cool.
say that. So, fun fact. So, JaLynn and I was a part of another brokerage. We had a happy hour for the brokerage, and it's like we locked eyes, and I was like, "Hey!" She was like, "Hey!" And we talked the whole night. Like, I don't even know what was going on around us, but her husband, and I, we just talked all night. So I knew down the line, didn't know this was going to happen, but I was just like, yeah, wherever she going, I'm going. Like in my head, right? Never knew that you were gonna be a broker, and it just all worked out. I don't believe in coincidence, so I know that this was, it was gonna happen.
There was a
And
bigger plan.
oh, definitely a bigger plan. And when I had my second closing, and I was just like, I can't stay at this brokerage. And I kid you not, your post came up that you were a broker, and I was like, oh my God. And what I DM'd you and was like, where you at?
Yeah.
Where you going?
Yep.
I'm coming with you.
It was like that. I was like,
And she was like, join this meeting tomorrow. And I was like, yep, I was on it.
yeah, I was so happy. And I love so much that you've created your own team, so to speak.
Yeah.
And just everybody's been so great to work with. I would encourage the rest of the agents here in Phoenix on our team. We're pretty small still so far. I think we're down to like 8 now, maybe 7. A couple of people have left, unfortunately. But that's just the nature of the business. People come and go. And, but honestly, I can't really see anybody in your circle wanting to leave. Like, why would they?
Right. That it doesn't make sense. But that's okay. If they want to, that's fine.
Don't look
But
at me.
we are always looking, we want everyone in Arizona to be a part of this. This is not just for us, but this is what we've, started with. We
Yes.
will encourage the other Arizona agents to join, and feel free to reach out and to be a guest and all of those things. It's not just for us. This is just where we're starting at.
Yeah.
So yeah, we definitely want to encourage everyone to at least join podcasts one time. This is for us to talk about things that, happens around us. I think it's important as a new agent, and us still being new agents, right? I'm a year in right now. And hearing stories definitely help. Hearing stories in Arizona helps even more, right? Your story in Florida is not going to kind of add up with what's going on in Arizona. So I appreciate our Arizona stories because it's true to what we're living in right now. And we'll know how to pivot with our rules and regulations for Arizona.
Exactly. And I would just say, if you're looking for a place where there's truly a culture of giving back and caring, you might want to explore checking us out, because everybody on our team is they're such lovers.
Yeah, we try. We try. We try. We try.
Everybody in the company too. I join the meetings pretty often, and everybody has just welcomed and embraced me in warm virtual arms. Because they're from all over the U.S. But, I mean, everybody is there to support you. Everybody is there to, if you need anything, you can reach out to them, email, ping on Basecamp, like whatever it may be. There's somebody that can answer your questions. If you have somebody that's looking to move to a different state, or a family in a different state, you can refer them to those agents, and they'll refer business back to you. People are moving all the time. So if we can have those connections with people in different states and hear kind of what's working for them, what's not working for them, it works over here too,
Yeah, absolutely. On that note, I have a seller here in Phoenix. She lives in California, but I'm selling her house. We're closing next week.
Woo!
Yeah, and I referred her to the Tennessee broker.
Okay.
And she's buying a condo in Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
That
So
is
I'm getting
so
awesome. So we have that.
That is so awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome to have like that network of agents across the United States we can refer to.
Yes. And I see they just opened one in Alabama, and I was so excited because my husband is from Alabama. So I was like, ooh, I was very happy to see that one.
That's exciting.
Yeah, because I was actually thinking about being dual licensed. So
Yeah. Like, go for it. It would be interesting to see if Arizona is reciprocal with Alabama. I don't know that off the top of my head.
I think I looked. I looked at something. It was.
It shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah.
Get
It was
licensed.
just like, I think, Akai, was it you just got to take the law or something like that? Yeah.
I'm gonna be.
She's gonna be
getting my
dual
license
licensed
in
too.
Louisiana.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you
yeah.
are?
Yeah.
I'm planning to have it ready to go January 2026. So all of my Louisiana family, if you're listening, I will have my license for Louisiana, and all we have to do is I think it's 30 hours of the state law plus pass the exam.
Because I think Alabama, when we tripping, it was like 15 hours.
Yeah, it was
like
many.
10 or 15 hours or something. I have to go back and look, but I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing that.
That's crazy. Yeah, Arizona is 90 hours. It's insane.
I know.
What is it for California?
45.
45. Okay, because I was looking to get mine in Southern California.
Yeah.
Well,
see?
I still have my license in California, and it's currently not active because I refuse to join an association out there. And I'm like,
yeah.
why? I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I got you.
I'm just as happy just to refer business out and get a referral
sometimes
fee.
it might be easier to do that depending on what your circumstances is. So. And most of your family, Akai, is where you're getting licensed, right?
No, my family is actually in Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
But all of my past career family
Okay.
is in
Okay.
Louisiana.
Okay.
So that works. Okay.
Just makes me want to go to New Orleans.
All right, come on. We can go together.
I've
be a
been
good
talking about
time.
this for a long
I know. I've been trying to get Sophie to go. Yeah.
I'm going. I'm on that trip.
Mardi
It can be a
Gras.
good time for
We
real.
missed the wedding, so
You will not see me wearing a bunch of beads topless, by the way.
You won't see anybody wearing a bunch of beads topless. I think it's illegal.
Is it?
Now I think.
Oh,
it is.
okay. I'm like,
maybe.
I thought that was the. I thought that was the thing.
you just flash them. You don't. Your
Oh.
top's not always off.
Can't.
Oh, see, TV. Blame TV for that because I had no idea.
Oh my gosh. Just make sure you have pasties on.
Yeah.
Right. So, JaLynn, do you want to just kind of go over what your role at Call It Closed is and what Call It Closed is for the people who maybe don't know?
I have no idea what my role is. Honestly. No, just kidding. So
Mother, preacher, broker.
yeah. So supposedly I'm supposed to be in charge of like the compliance, but I have somebody that does that for me.
Don't you?
Yeah.
You got people.
I got people.
I can't wait to get people.
Yeah.
Ooh, I can't wait to get
so
people.
you all know her. Her name's Katie. She's amazing.
Yes.
She's actually
She
the
is Katie. I love her.
Yeah, I do
Because I
too.
can just reach out and I have an answer in 2 or 3 seconds. I'm not
Yes.
saying that she does that all the time or she's playing favoritism,
Mm-hmm.
but she does respond really quickly. And
Yeah.
every time it's funny because I end up texting her and I text you at the same time. And she, not saying,
Yeah.
but she always like answer. And then you always come back like, do you need it? I'm like, nope, I got it. I said, okay, let me just stop texting JaLynn. So.
Yeah, so I love that she's actually the associate broker as well. So if anything
Very
ever happens,
knowledgeable.
yeah, she is my go-to contract compliance girl. Anytime any of us have questions, but outside of that, I try and do what I can to encourage the agents. I invite them to different trainings and happy hours and things, and I want to support everybody. Basically, I'm here if you have any questions, if you need support on any particular topic or particular client or transaction, I'm here to help you navigate through it and, go to battle for you if I need to.
And I just want to say that if you go down a line at any brokerage, you probably would never, ever, 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 ever speak to your broker. So the fact that your arm's length is amazing.
Yeah.
And even above that, the owners of the company.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
know, like they talk to us, they follow us on social media.
Yes, they
they're in the
do.
meetings, they're having conversations with us. They're still out there doing business just like the rest of us. They're
Yeah, I
going
love
through
that you're still a
everything.
working agent.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah.
I
so,
love that.
Yeah, same with, good point, Sophie. Same with Chad and Aprilli, the owners. Like I can text Chad because he is more of the legal,
Yeah.
back end, and
Yeah.
Aprilli is more of the fun loving
Yeah.
salesperson.
Yeah.
Right. So it's so funny. Sometimes I'll text Aprilli and she's like, "That's a Chad question."
But at
Yeah.
least she acknowledged that, right?
Yeah. So they are really responsive, really great people. As you ladies already know, Call It Closed is a faith-based organization. Not that you have to be faithful. You know what I'm trying to say.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We accept and love, regardless of your denomination and what you
Right.
believe.
Right.
But I love that. Personally love the fact that they're very faith-based.
I love it too.
I absolutely love
Yeah,
that. I
yeah.
think in my search of finding my people, that was one of the things that was missing. for
Yeah.
me.
So when we was trying to
Well, and
we
for
was
me,
trying to
it's getting
get
me
this
back
one.
into it.
We was trying to get this one right. So me and Sophie, okay, I came over, Sophie came over. So we still was meeting with Akai too, right? We're like,
Yeah.
we don't care what brokerage you're a part. We're still gonna,
Yeah.
And so we were having a conversation, Akai and I, and we were going out a list. She was just like, yeah, I've been praying on it. I said, oh girl, this the right brokerage then, because we pray all the time.
Yeah.
She was like, really? I'm like, no, it's faith-based it's faith-based for real. And it was just like, she was like, I already know what I'm going to do. I already know, because it lined up with her values already.
Yeah.
You know?
I love that.
When you have gone through so much already, total career change, and then, you start to question when you haven't found your people, you start to question if that career change was a good move. And then when you do get involved with a group of people who share the same mindset and faith as you, it's almost like, okay, that was the answer that I was praying for. I asked for clarity, and now I have the answer because I'm around those like-minded people. And I mean, I think I'm more appreciative of that than anything else. But now I just have to like be confident in my ability. I mean, in my previous career, I'm like, oh, I got this with my eyes closed, right? In my sleep, I can do this. I got to get there here with Call It Closed, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
On Monday, we have a role-playing kind of thing that we're doing. So if you are available, 9 a.m. on the training.
Oh, okay. On the calls? Oh, okay.
They're going to have like breakout rooms. We're going to be able to role play with each other. They have one of the trainers, Haas Pratt, he came up with an AI simulator that you can talk to, and you can have it be a client or a homeowner that, you know, their listing maybe canceled or expired, like, and you can practice back and forth with that.
See, I love that you join those 9 o'clock meetings because she always bring us back.
Yeah.
This is what happened. Or she'll send us the link. This is what we need to do. This, you know, so it's kind of like we don't have a leader, right? Like we kind of like all give into the pot.
Yeah.
And
Everybody brings something different.
We all put in the pot and we all take out, you know, so it's like we're giving to each other and we making sure that we don't slip. Right. So if
Exactly.
we haven't heard from each other in a couple days, we got a group chat. What's going on? What's going on with you? And what's going on? I haven't heard from you, you know, so we make sure that we keep tabs and none of us get astray because we kind of know how it can be and life is going to life. Right. So, you know, whatever we can do, we're going to help.
Yeah, I love that everybody just kind of does their own thing. Like, you know, I'm busy doing my own thing. You're busy doing your own thing, but we all like come together at some point, right? Like usually once a week or so or whatever.
Right.
And it's like, it's just all natural. It just flows.
Yeah, no one is forcing anything. That's why I said, you know, if I get anyone to say, oh, what brokers you're a part of, you know, I tell them, but I never have to like, you know, pull you into, you know, you're going to naturally attract whatever you attract and you get to keep your money. I'm just saying.
Exactly. Yeah, that is the best part.
That part.
That part alone.
On that note, I know that the brokerage, they switched over to a new back office recently and they were a little bit behind on their rev share. And I just got a rev share payment earlier today.
Come on, go ahead.
Yeah,
I know you did. I know you did.
Thank you, Teek. But I was pleasantly surprised because I wasn't expecting that much money, and went in and told my husband, I'm like, babe,
Look at this.
look at this. This just hit my account. I'm like, that's only off 2 agents.
We're working, girl.
Imagine what that would be like, you know, if I
For
have
everybody.
5.
For
10,
everybody.
15.
So that was so exciting and so encouraging to me.
Yeah. And to know that it's not coming off of anyone's money.
Yeah.
You're still getting your full 100% commission. And that was something that was important to me because as an agent, we put in a lot of money that we don't have. So to see the fruits of your labor come to fruition, it's like, oh my gosh, you know, and if you're getting rev share, it's coming out of your transaction fee, which usually the client pays for. So it's not even coming out of your money, out of your bucket of money. It was just like, oh my gosh, thank you. You know, there's not, I seen a couple of brokerages like that, not very many, but that was important for me. And we don't like to talk about money, but I'm like, no, we're talking about it because this is what's going to set me apart. And if I'm working on a deal and you're taking 50% of my money, that's going to be a problem. And it's going to be more a problem for my spouse because he doesn't understand.
Exactly.
So if we're really putting the work out, we're really doing the training, we're staying up on our CE, we're doing the work for our client, and we should be paid for it. You know,
Absolutely. Speaking of money, I wanted to ask for everyone's prayers because my listing that I mentioned earlier, I literally have put over $4,000 of marketing into it. And I'm like,
do you
if
hear
this
that? Say that
home-
again, JaLynn.
Over $4,000
In
in marketing. Like we're talking Zillow, showcase, premiere, like postcards, magazine.
It takes money to make money. It does.
And so I'm like, if this house doesn't sell, you know, that's money lost. So I'm hoping it does sell quickly. And we have a trustee sale date set for November 20th. So
Awesome.
please pray.
But yeah, definitely, we definitely will do that. But that's the thing. When you're listing, you have to put money in that. I mean, we got to make money to do that, though, right? So it all comes full circle. So if you're in a brokerage that doesn't do that, and you have a listing, and you just got to add the math don't math.
Yeah.
Right. So
The math don't math.
It just don't. The numbers don't add up at all. So
Yeah.
that's the good part about being a part of Call It Close Realty, because we are 100. You do get 100% commission, and then you take some of those funds to invest back into your business, and then make sure that your listing is doing, is marketing the best.
Absolutely. And on that note, I am quite often willing, and I actually prefer it this way. If I get like a new lead, a new buyer, a new listing or whatever, I'm like, I get the lead, I'll hand it over to somebody. I'm like, just give me a referral fee. Like, you can work this buyer. I would much rather see my agents get paid a larger commission than me try and work it myself. It just doesn't make sense. As you said, the math doesn't math.
Right. And like I said, we're all here to help with that. We all do each other open houses. We all help each other in that way. Or if it's marketing, I'm good at marketing. I'm good at flyers, that kind of thing. If you need me to do a flyer real quick, I got you, because I'm naturally, it's easy for me versus you taking out an hour out of your time to do that. I make shirts. So I do all of that for our team, so anybody who need, any marketing, t-shirts, anything like that, I'm your girl. I do that as well.
She does it all.
So, yep. Okay, JaLynn, any last closing remarks?
Oh, I'll just say something really quick back to the commission thing. So,
Okay.
like, if you are an agent and you do have a split, I would just take a second to look over your transactions over the past year or 2 years and kind of see where your money has gone, and then think, if you could have gotten 100% of that money, what could you have done with the percentage of money that you gave away, and where could you be now? If you fully just worked for yourself and invested in yourself and your business. And, the reason a lot of people get into real estate is to be their own boss and is to make their own money. So you really do have control of your life, how much money you make, what you're doing, who your clients are when you do come to Call It Close. So just, and then if you have questions, reach out to any of us.
We'll leave the light on for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Do the math. I would strongly encourage. And, for some agents, it's not necessarily just all about the money, right? They want to make sure they're part of a culture that is very collaborative and like loving on one another. And I would just encourage agents out there that are looking to either switch or maybe looking to get into real estate, think about what your core values are and go out there and seek that perfect fit that fits what works for you and your values.
It's all about finding your people at the end of the day. All right, that's a wrap. You've been rocking with the Weekly Close with CIC, Real Agents, Real Stories, Real Talk. Catch us next week. Same time, new gems. Stay locked in.
Beyond the beat, slow feet don't eat. You went and made it, was your story. Beyond the beat, come talk with Teek. We all can make it, share your story. Beyond the beat, beyond, way beyond the beat, beyond. Tap in with Teek. Tap in with Teek and get your Teek beyond the beat.